Hi guys, this is Kez. I won't be reviewing what makeup I'm wearing today because this is a continuation of the video from before. Now this first one that I've got up is also from Wigs fashion. It does have a lace front that goes all the way across, which is fabulous. And also you can wear it up and you can wear it in plaits. There's a lot you can do with it because of the hairline and the way it's done. It is designed to be worn up as well as down. You can see the hairline's really good on this one and the scalp as well. So that is a keep. This one is a Motown tress wig. It's called Slay and Style and it's a deep part lace wig. The style is Stacy and the colour is F1B/30 and it says Frost. This one is kind of a black but it's got a brown shade to it. I have actually straightened this one because when I got it, it was kind of like a bob, but it turned in, but it was a bit poofy. So what I did with mine is I straightened it so that it does look a little bit more. You can see the baby hairs on this one actually. And the idea with this is if you wanted to glue it down, you could glue it and sort of what some people do, you've seen in videos, is they glue this bit to the front of their head to create little baby hairs, but I've left these a little bit longer. But it's got a really nice natural look to it. So that's a keep. Okay, this is another more natural colour one. It's got a lace front, but it's kind of like not proper lace as such. It's just got this very small bit of lace there. It doesn't go ear to ear. And it's got a fairly nice cap to it, so I think it's a nice quality one. But it's a lovely wig and it's nice because this one you just throw it on and go, and the hairline does not look too artificial. That little bit of lace there, that just gives it that little bit of looking like a natural hairline, and it has got sort of hairs here which sort of help. I could trim those a little bit if I wanted as well, but I don't think it needs it. So that is a keep. I believe it was a hair cube wig. This is one of my all-time favourite wigs. This one comes from Hey Space Milk again. I was waiting for absolutely ages for this wig to come back into stock, and it must have been at least 6 months. It's called Love Bite and it's black wavy with a fringe, so it's not a lace front, but it does have this beautiful red strip going through it. And the beautiful owner was lovely enough to tell me that it was coming back into stock because she knows how desperately I wanted one. So as soon as it was back in, it was mine. You can see why I like it. It's really, really pretty. Doesn't really look too bad either. Like the scalp on it doesn't look too much like that fake hairline because it's not too big a parting. So you could get away with wearing this and people thinking that it's your hair. And a bit like the So Fetch one, it's just got this little stripe through it. One day I will do my hair like that. That's a keep. Now this one is quite an impressive wig. This is tendril lace, which means it has little curly bits around the side, and it's a pre-styled into a high ponytail. The style is Mila or Mila, I'm not sure. It's by Red Carpet Wigs. It's a premiere one, and it's their Cankalon Futura stuff, which if you don't know is one of the best quality synthetic wigs you can get. And this is in the shade Pastel Wild. This is from itsawig.com, by the way. See, it comes pre-styled in the ponytail already. There's not many wigs that you can say would look natural or nice if you put them on in a pre-styled updo, but this one weirdly enough does. You have to get it right because the tendrils sort of come down the front. Now with this one, I do think that I would have to glue it down to get the proper effect because I wouldn't want my own hair to show through, so I would literally be gluing it to keep it in place. But it's definitely a keeper. This is the other main concept one that I have. This is styled Jamila and the shade is Caramel Drop. This is what it looked like originally with the bun up. I might get the style with the bun up again, but I think I'd go for the colour one if I can find it. But I did want to see what it looked like out of the cap. And it's a really pretty wig. I do actually like it down even. It is very long though. If you look at the amount of hair on this wig, it literally makes me look like a lion. If you wore it, you'd have to wear sort of most of it over your back shoulder and just have that. I mean, you could thin it out, but if you do, you're not going to be able to get it up in those lovely up styles. And so I will probably leave it as it is. But the same, it's got these little tendril bits here, which make it really pretty. So when you do wear it up, it frames your face. And again, you could wear it quite easily in a ponytail. And these side flaps here would actually tape down. I have worn this glued down before, and I've gone to work in it, and it held all day with no problems whatsoever. But yeah, it's a keeper anyway. This is another one I got from Shein, or Shine. I will call it Shine because that's what I've always called it. I saw one like this on Lush Wigs website, but it was out of stock at the time. And then I saw this one, which was very similar. So I thought, well, because I couldn't get hold of the other one, I would get this one instead. I like the two different colours in it. It was a lot longer when I got it, but I cut it. It has got a fringe on it, so it's not a lace front. And it's a it's a strange shade. It's kind of like very creamy at the roots, almost white. And then it sort of fades into yellow. And then it goes into the orange. But I found it's a lot more manageable. When I first had it, it was losing lots of hair. It was shedding a lot. But since I cut it, not so much. So you can use heat on this as well. So if I do wear it out and about, I will just sort the fringe out a little bit with a bit of heat. But at the moment, that's on the keep pile. This is one that I've got from Wig Warehouse that is currently on the sell list. When I got it, it was long and it was curly and it looked awful on me. It just looked like a giant afro. So I straightened it all, which took absolutely ages. You can tell from the roots though that it's been straightened because it's a beautiful colour and it's a great wig. So that's on the sell pile. This is by Sleek Wigs. It's one of the first wigs I ever got. The Sleek 100% tonguable synthetic fibre, which means you can straighten it. It has lace from ear to ear. The lace goes all the way across. But how incredibly natural does that look, considering it does dry out quite a lot, this one does. I think it's just the fibres, so I always give it a nice spray just to keep them in nice condition, and I give it a nice wash and condition with proper wig products as well. So that's a keeper. This is a blend between synthetic and human hair. Now this wig was gifted to me, and when I got it, it had the darker roots, but then it faded into like a white blonde. So I used synthetic hair dye because normal hair dye won't work even if it's a mix because of the synthetic fibres, and I dyed it blue because the blonde was that real yellow shade that didn't suit me. But it was such a lovely wig, I didn't want to get rid of it. And again, it is actually a sleek wig. It feels really nice. It does feel like proper hair, but I just love the colour it went. I think it looks really nice with those dark roots, so that's a keeper. This is another one I got from Shine or Shein. It's a bit like the Azul one, which is on the Lush Wigs website. But again, when I wanted to get it, it was out of stock, and so I found this as an alternative. I think that the one on Lush Wigs is probably slightly better quality, but it actually looks quite nice on, surprisingly. It reminds me a little bit of Fifth Element, but a little bit straighter. So that's a keep. This is one of the Lush Wigs that is lace front. Now this one, I fell in love with when I saw it on the website. It's a split between orange and black, which was perfect because Halloween was coming up at the time. I've left the ear tabs on it a little bit longer of the lace. It is a lace front. But again, the customer service for Lush Wigs is amazing. This is another sleek wig. This is from their Fashion Idol collection. Again, it's got the lace front. I forgot to show you the Lush one, but it's very similar. The only thing I will say about this lace is it's slightly scratchy. So it's not like the soft lace, it's more like the harder lace, which is cheaper. Still looks good when you wear it, but it can be a little bit itchy. So it's a good idea to put scar tape or cover it with something, even if it's like a nail polish or something, just so it doesn't scratch your head, especially if you want to wear your wig for a while. You've probably been able to tell by now, but I like dark roots. So this one again has got dark roots. Now this is such a lovely style, and it's got these little bits that come down, and it's so natural looking. Again, you can't really tell it's a wig. It's really, really pretty, and the pink in it is like a flamingo pink. Really, really nice. It's not quite an ash, it's got more of a flamingo shade to it, so there's that sort of salmony colour, but that's a keep. This is a wig I got from my beautiful friend. This is called Besh Wigs, and this is a human hair blended wig, which means again it's a combination of actual human hair and synthetic. So they use a bit of both just to give it a more human feel. Now it was wavy when I got it, and you can straighten it, so I did straighten it. But it's a gorgeous wig. The fringe is really cute on it. I think I did trim that a little bit because you can't really see on camera, it doesn't show it very well, but with that dark roots you've got a mix in here of candy floss pink and blue. I don't know if you can just pick it up on the camera there, if I get in close enough. There you go. It's really, really pretty, and it looks so normal and natural. Now this is another lace front. This is one of the most beautiful shades of blue I've seen. It is really, really stunning. It's lace front, and it's lace at the front ear to ear, so the lace goes there and the parting. It has got the ventilated cap in it. I can't think of a more beautiful shade of blue. It is so, so pretty. Now this one was a bit unusual. I bought it off someone who said it had been used on a dummy model. Now it was shown in the picture as being on the stand, and it looked fine. It said it needed some work, which is fine because I don't mind doing the wigs up. But when I got it, there was hardly any cap to it. Now I don't know whether that means it was supposed to be a topper or not, but when I approached them, they basically said, well, you bought it as it was, sold a seam, which is fair enough. So what I did was I sewn the net in either side so that it didn't fall apart. And you do have to wear it very much just like a topper, so it just sits on your head. And I think they must have custom coloured the pink on it, because the pink feels very stiff and hard, which to me says that they've used some kind of acrylic paint to do it, because I know that that's what acrylic paint does. I could have gotten rid of it, but the reason I kept it was it's quite a cool style, and it's actually quite Lady Gaga. But it feels like you're not wearing a wig at all, because it's literally just sitting on top of your head. But because it's thick, it doesn't seem to matter. So I kept it, although I do think that I don't think I could go out in it because there's no cap. Although I have thought about replacing the cap, because you can buy the caps, so I might just sew another cap in underneath. So that's not being got rid of yet. Yet another Lush wig. This one is called Candy Split, and it's a blue and pink split with a fringe. No lace on this one. Now what I love about this is it's pink on that side, it's blue on the other side, but right at the ends it fades into like a yellowy green. Now I don't know whether that means that it was one that was meant to be like a reject one or not, but I really love it. This next wig is another Bobbi Boss one. It's lace front again, and it goes all the way around the part. So this one is black, but it fades into red, so it's got red intermixed in with it. It's got quite a lot of little hairs around the hairline as well, like baby hairs, which makes it look really natural. So we have another keeper. This is another Wigs fashion one. You can see I tend to stick to the same brands. This is another Harley Quinn wig, but this is based on the one from Birds of Prey, the film, where she had the shorter hair in it and the uneven fringe. This has got the darker roots. It is actually lace front, this one, which goes all the way around, which makes it quite natural. Sorry, camera can't see it. A lace front. The good thing about these wigs is they have a little bit of lace at the back as well to keep them looking natural. Now it does need a good style because it's been sitting in the bag for a long time, and with it being a short wig, you have to really sort of style it to get it right. This is the general gist of it. These are usually up here, but at the moment I've not got it like that because I've got to do it. This lace here, when I'm doing this costume, I would actually glue down so that you can't see my own hair underneath, just because my own hair is bright pink. But there's enough tab there on both sides for me to glue it, and then I'd have the pigtails up properly as well. But it's a brilliant quality. So that's my Harley Quinn Birds of Prey wig. This is a lace front. I've no idea where it was originally from. This is lace front as well. It's like goes all the way quite far back on the lace here, has all the combs on it, and it's got the soft squidgy cap. You can usually tell a wig's quality with that because it means it's a better quality wig. They seem to be nicer caps. This is a black and blonde split, or black and white split. It's kind of like a white blonde, so it has got more of a blondie tone to it. And this can be used for two things. I can either use it for a Cruella wig if I wanted to do a Cruella cosplay, or I could actually wear it as a normal wig. There's enough lace there that if I wanted to, I could glue it down as well if I wanted it to not move. Again, it can be straightened or it can be waved because it's heat resistant. This is my favourite wig from Star Style Wigs. It's got lace all the way around it and the decent cap, combs in it, and it is gorgeous. It's just a rainbow wavy swirl. I believe the style is called Rainbow Sherbet. This one's quite an unusual wig that I got off someone. It was designed for them to do a sort of Essia style, so it's blonde at the front and black. Now what they've actually done is taken two wigs and sewn them together to make this style. So this is quite an unusual wig because it's been handmade and handcrafted. It does need a little bit of playing with to get it right. I think I paid £5 for it, something like that. And the fringe definitely needs a bit more of a trim to get it into shape because it's just a little bit wonky. The weird thing about this wig is I don't know what the hair was originally made out of, but it's a very thick fringe, so it's really hard to get it straight because it's almost in two layers. I think what I might have to do is grip up the first layer and trim it, and then put the second layer down and trim it. But I do want to keep it because I am still experimenting with that one. This is another Hey Space Milk wig. This is in the style Fetch, which is blonde. And then it's got a pink slice through it. Again, just shows you how unusual their wigs are. To get a blonde wig with just a slice of pink in it is really nice. Quite tempted to do my own hair like that. And because it's curly and wavy, you can it just intermingles that pink into it. You can have it as a full fringe if you want as well. I tend to just sweep it to the side, but there is potential for it to be full fringe if you wanted it to be. It might be Fetch or So Fetch, I can't remember. Well, this is a really unusual one. I think it was originally Lush Wigs, but I can't be sure because I bought it off someone else, but I have seen the same style on Lush. It is a lace front, all around the front, and it goes quite a way back, the lace does. It's really unusual colours because it's multicoloured. This is a lace front I found online. It's got a really nice big thick lace front, and it has got that nice cap as well. Now this is a combination of blue and green in together. I had one very similar to this that was a non-lace front, so I've actually put that one up for sale because I prefer this one. The lace on this is brilliant. It is so clear that you can barely see it, and even if you've got dark roots, it looks like it's making roots for you. So that's a keeper. This is the other split lush wig I told you about. The style of this is called Zing. Very similar to the other one. All three of them are pretty much the same style, just in different shades. I do find the cap on this one is a little bit bumpy, but nothing that washing it and leaving it to dry naturally can't fix. But again, it's got those nice little manga type flicks to it. This is another Hay Space Milk, and this one's called Rainbow Road. This wig has changed quite a few times since I've had it. It's got like a grey white, and then it fades into beautiful colours. Well, when I first had it, it had a fringe, so I swept it to one side and wasn't too keen on it. So then I cut it shorter, and then I didn't like it because it looked like a micro fringe. So now I've completely removed the fringe from it and just got it without a fringe, which I prefer. So that's another keep. This one is by a company called Hairdo, and inside it's true to life, heat friendly synthetic hair. So it's designed to make it look like it's realistic. Now I can't remember what the shade is. It does say on my website somewhere. I think it's called Arctic or something like that. But it starts off blue, fades into purple, and then goes into white. This one isn't actually a lace front, but the way the part falls, it doesn't actually matter because you can't tell. When I originally got this, I was really surprised that it wasn't a lace front because the part is actually quite realistic looking. It's not like the usual fake scalp. Another keep. Okay, the last one from here is another Keshley Headshot one, and this is called Chigo, which I really like. Again, heat friendly, so you can style it on low heat. I think with these kind of fringes, you really do have to apply a bit of heat to get them looking nice. I have cut this one because it was too long for me. Although that was unsuccessful at getting rid of any, I hope you've enjoyed seeing the wigs, and follow me next time for the next part where I'll be showing you some more wigs. Till next time.